Hi, everyone. I hope this has been a good day and a good week for you. Thank you for joining me today. Um, because the astronomical events of this week are a little looking like a little bit messed up, even though all the stars are organized with synchronicity in the same place. I decided to. Okay, I'm sorry. It looks like just got live now. So thank you for being in here with me. I hope you have had a lovely week. I'm sorry, my voice is not the best today because we're getting into fall. So the temperature goes high up and down every day. And this is totally consuming my gorge and my voice. So today I'm sounding a little hoarse, but um, I think it's momentaneous. So, because of all astronomical events going on in the sky with all the stars aligned, causing a little bit of mess up in the Aries house, Aries sign, I decided today to to complete the concept passed on last Tuesday about the event on April 8th. I have decided today to take on with some tarot, playing tarot, throwing tarot as we speak in Brazil, to along with that information from the map, so I can have a complementary information on what will go on the 8th. Now I'm gonna use Rider's Waite tarot, and this tarot can be very philosophical, and it can be very it can talk in large ways of the meanings of everything. It can be like very specific into details, or it can go with very huge significance. Okay, so I think that what we will get here today sounds a little philosophical. Maybe yes, maybe not. But only the tarot will tell. What I do with tarot cards is that I read their symbols. Okay, so what I will request the tarot that I have already been requesting since yesterday, because this is something very huge and there is maybe a lot to talk about, is that I will try to get the message, the current main message for April 8th. But because we're going to analyze a day coming from the point of view of astrology, I'm going to use them both. So I'm going to use the chart from April 8th. Did I save it? Let me check if I saved it. Seems like I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna get a new one. And what I will do is I will take that roadmap to the sky from the chart, from the astrological chart for April 8th on midday from Redondo Beach. And for each house, I will put two cards. These cards, they have been hearing me since yesterday that I want them to pass me a central message for the April 8th. Again, it's an event, and everything that has a beginning has an ending. So please, guys, don't rush yourselves into thinking this is the end of the world. I have been reading a lot on how some people are planning weird stuff for the April 8th, along with rituals, including violence. That's really not advisable because our most our most momentum potential into magic and spirituality, it comes to our surface when we get calm and confident. So even if everything is a mess, you should be really calm, because then you will have this really strong inner spiritual power to lead you along the way. So, as I said, please don't consider this to be the end of the world, because we are eternal souls. And even if something happened to the earth, we would still find other ways of living because we are that smart, okay? So let's not rush into fear, that's unnecessary. And okay, I will choose two cards for each sign house and compare this with the chart for April 8th just a bit. Just a little because I'm going to compare both. And even though today I'm not with the best setting to show you the cards that I'm going to choose to talk about the April 8th, I will still, as I pass through each card, I will still go showing you what were the cards, okay? So what I'm doing right now is that I will start mixing the cards. Embaralhar. Shuffle, yeah, shuffle. What an easy word to forget. April 8th, go, and there we go. I'm gonna share with you that screen so we can study it together, okay? I hope you guys can already see my screen. Okay. And okay. I hope that the symbols are easy to read from your perspective. I'm going to put the light on my notebook a little bit down so my image won't be totally shining and unrealizable. And as I said, I'm gonna shuffle now so I can know which are the cards for each astrological house and sign so we can compare the information from the tarot with the information from the natal chart. And this is huge, right? Because this is when we're talking about a full day, we're talking about everyone's life. And because of that, I have been asking the tarot to come with me to really huge higher levels of reading. And he's saying to me, be careful because when the question is too big, maybe the message is too large. And then it could be easy to make a summary out of this message. But as I said, I will read the symbols that will come to the surface for each house. So, because we have to have houses and we want to understand the main thing that will happen on the April 8th, I'm going to choose 24 cards because those 24 cards will be for each house, okay? So we can compare with the tarot. So let me open and choose the cards a bit. Just a moment, please. I hope I choose it. 24, honey, just go. One and two for house one. 2 for house 2. One and one and 2 for house 3. One and 2 for house 4. Oh, my guides are talking to me so much that it's almost getting hard to choose the cards. 1 and 2 for house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to house 5. One and 2 for house 6. One and 2 for house 7. One and 2, 1 and 1. This is the one. Sure, this is the one. One and 2 for house 8. So this is 7. This is 8. 1 and 2 for house 9. One and 2 for house 10. Are you sure that this is the one for the house 10? Yeah, maybe this is the one for the house 10. Okay, maybe. House 10, 1 and 2 for house 11. 1 and 2 for house 11. And 1 and 2 for house 12. Okay, so I got the 24 cards, 2 for each house of the astrological chart. And now I will start showing you guys what is the meaning of all this. I will ask you a moment so I can concentrate in getting the first meanings out of it. So, okay. Okay. Strong cards, guys. Strong cards. I'm seeing really strong cards. I'm a little bit impressed. Five. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is actually turning out to be good. Guys, many philosophical cards, many major arcanas, many. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. 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 So, okay. Okay. So what will happen is like this. For house one, first I got the eight of spades and then the seventh of clubs. Let me see if you can see what I'm seeing. Let me see if the image is showing. Okay, so here we have, I hope there's not too much shine up upon it. Yes, good, like this. We have the eight of swords and we have the six of clubs. I had said seven, but it's actually the six of clubs. So just as in house one, it already starts saying to you, hey, even though you can see things and even though they seem hurtful to you, and the feud seems to be filled with emotional pain, those are just a lot of ideas. This is just a lot of ideas on your mind. And even though this woman is blind because someone put something above her eyes, what is the name of that? A blindfolded her eyes. even if she appears in here with blindfolded eyes. Let me see if I can show it precisely. Okay, so even though she has this blindfolded eyes, she's also wrapped in a rope. And actually, if you got the cards or if you want to look it up on the internet, you will see that she has not been locked up. So she's like this person that is stuck and blindfolded with a lot of ideas because the swords represents ideas, and the field is showing a little bit of not much water, like almost the field is drawn as in dry, okay, dried, and but there's a lot of red, so there is a lot of spiritual protection. And it's not like if she's locked up, tied up. No, it's just an impression. She can get released, she can be released from those ropes as soon as she feels like it. The only thing is that she's so so blindfolded that she's not realizing, the person's not realizing that this is just a lot of ideas. And as soon as she calms down, she will be able to release herself, because then she can see, oh, I'm not tied up. I have ropes around myself, but I can move my hands. I can take off those ropes. I can take off the blindfold of my sight. And so, this is an idea that is hurting, and it's an idea that is leading you to spend so much emotional energy, but it's just an idea. That this thing is telling us that the person is not really stuck. The person will, as soon as she calms down, she will find better solutions and will figure out a way of getting out of this messed up feeling, okay? And in the second point, there is the Six of Clubs. And the Six of Clubs is this potential being riding a horse. People are cheering for him, and he's been called for action, and he's like in his listo, como es listo, perdão, sorry. É, prontidão, prontidão. Readiness, okay, readiness, best translation, sure. So, he's in this moment in readiness, and he's being blessed, and there is a lot of hope, and everybody's like in a good inner momentum to feel powerful and strong and like able to fight for their lands, for their kids, for their families. So this is a really good beginning, because this is the beginning in the house one, which in this moment will be, as you can see in here, receiving the energy of Cancer. So the sign of Cancer is very charismatic, and he's very tender, and he's very caring about other people. So in this moment, even though you maybe feel like stuck, you will actually later feel a lot of power to fight for your family and your stuff, the things you care about in your home and your house, okay? Then in the second house, that in this case is receiving the energy of Leo, this is the house of finances. And here we have two things. We have, let me show you, let me see if I can show it to you. We have the Pope. Can you see the Pope? I'm going to put a little bit on the side so the light won't come out, hiding the Pope, but this is the card of the Pope. And we have the Eight of Cups. Which is a man going away. This card is so beautiful. Okay, so in this house, in the second house of finances, that is receiving the energy of Leo, which is this very firm sign, very well standing on its feet. We have that there is a church ruling situation going on, and the Pope represents the figure of the medium path. He represents those who can speak like a name of God, because they find themselves, they think of themselves that they are this representative of this higher force. But in this case, they're talking about the complete meaning of it is actually talking about people going away from the feeling of depending on religion, because this guy, the eight of hearts card, hope you guys can see it. There is this guy running away from the cups. They are our emotions, okay? And the emotions, they are like the guy's going to calm waters. I hope you can see it, that all the water in this lake or river that he's passing through is a calm river. So, and he's going away. What you are seeing in here is his back. So he's turning away from all these emotions. So in this point, um, the finances could be a little bit separated from the church meaning. This could be like people starting to realize that some things that were said by the, oh God, I'm already out of time. This is so much to say. They are getting rid of the church predictions, okay? They're getting out of church dominance. They're leaving all these emotions connected to religions telling them what to do and how to do. It seems that they will realize that this is not the best moment to use religion among financial subjects and properties and investments. So it seems that maybe there will be a separation between capitalism and the church, okay? Then we have the third house of communication, and this is something really interesting. The third house of communication is showing about this relationship, this very lovingly relationship. But this relationship is based in ego, okay? This is based in a lot of egoistic searches. So, in this point, when it's talking about communicating with the relations, it is kind of warning you to not let your ego in the front or your pride in the front. When it comes to communicating, try to be open hearted, because egoistic things, they lead to egoistic results, and that causes pain in relationships, and that can also cause miscommunication. So in order for you to have this honest bond and honest communication, you should not be enslaved enslaved by your pride, okay? So remember to go really deep in your heart and look for loving communication, because this is showing egoistical desires. When it comes to communicating, that could mean people trying to manipulate. And if you have an open heart, that will lead you to an open perception to realize that someone is trying to manipulate you. Guys, I'm sorry to say, I know that the time is about to be ending, but I will go with this until the end of it. So if you cannot stay with me here any longer, maybe you can watch this in several parts later, so you don't waste all your time in here with me. But I will continue this into the 12th house, because this is interfering with a lot of things going on in the world simultaneously. So I think that this moment I will go until the end. So if you were in here with me so far, but you cannot stay any longer, thank you so much for being here with me today. And I hope that you can see all the combinations afterwards. Okay, so thank you for joining me so far. Remember to go check Love and Moon Boutique and to become a membership so you can find enhanced deepened knowledge. And I hope to see you soon again. Thank you so much. For those who wish to continue here with me, learning about all the aspects of the chart for the April 8th and the tarot around it, um, I got this. Ooh, I got this Six of Gold. Let me see if you can see it well enough. For some reason, you cannot see the gold in here because I think it's too bright to the camera, but still, this card is talking about a provider providing for people, and while he provides, he is measuring justice, he's measuring balance, inner balance. So if you got a good inner balance, you will receive from the provider. You will not feel needy to go, you don't need to feel scared of missing resources for this moment because the provider will be there to provide for you along all these things going on. And what we have in here is actually a lot of action. So in this moment, it will be provided enough energy for you to act on protecting your house because this is the fourth house that is being receiving the energy of Libra. So, oh yes, there is that too. Sorry, this I cannot be too detailed, but anyway, you will have a lot of power of action because you will actually be able to feel calm about it. And in that, everything that you need will be provided. Maybe not in abundance, but as long as you need it, it will be there for you. What I also realized in here, I want to go back to the third house a little bit, okay? Because I forgot that it was being receiving the energy of Virgo. And Virgo is ruled by Persephone, the Greek goddess. And the Persephone is this being that is a lovely being, but for some reason, Persephone got the love of Odys. Odys is this underworld ruler, like um, the dark forces from underworld. But because Persephone is this very loving kid, very innocent, and she has all the open hearted, she can dive into, she has this agreement done by her father, Zeus, that every now and then she stays a little bit with her husband, Hades, in the underworld, but a few times in the year she can comes back to the matter, her mother, to spread love. So even though I said about the egoistic thing of the devil's card, for you to try not to put manipulation into communication, this is also meaning that there is no problem because Persephone will exercise her going to the underworld and coming back to the surface of light. So this is talking about you getting to, even if you need to go deep in the underworld of pain and something bad will happen to you, you will still find the Persephone innocence, and that also means strength to naturally overcome those problems in communication. Okay, um, and because this house is being balanced by Libra, which is already talking about balance and justice, as this card is saying that the provide will provide according to justice. you should know that maybe what will come to you by relation, when you receive things from other people, and it will come to you as long as you need and according to divine justice, so you will get what you deserve. And this is not a bad thing, because it's also saying that the emotional energies will be calm, and because they will be calm, you have a lot of power to fight for your wishes, okay? So now going to the fifth house of enjoyment time, fun time, and pleasure time. It got very interesting in here, and I've got to say, show this to you. This card is a woman sitting down, also blindfolded, and she has two swords, which are talking about two different ideas. The water behind her, I don't know if you know this card, but the water behind her in here, okay, is a little bit agitated. Let me see if I get to diminish the light a little bit so you can see this just a bit. I'm sorry for the noise around me too, because my neighbor is refurbishing her house. So I don't know if you can hear, but there are wood being cut and hammers on nails and all of that. Just sorry for this inconvenience. Okay, now maybe I get to show the card better. Yes. Okay, let me see if you can see this now. Oh, yes, much better. So this card is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, because swords represents ideas and thoughts, are talking about divided thoughts. Now, what we'll have here is that there is a little bit of agitated emotions. So you could be in some sort of anxiety to know how are you going to create your fun time in that day. And this is talking about you being divided between ideas, and you cannot choose between them because you're blindfolded. You're not seeing what is the best outcome of it. But there is the moon, and the moon is small. The moon is she in Portuguese. Okay, it's a feminine noun in Portuguese. So waning, waning moon, waning moon. Yeah, waning moon. Waning moon is talking about a small thing relation with your own intuition. So we will have intuition, but it will be talking on a lower voice regarding that subject. And that maybe will cause you to feel a little bit agitated in your emotions, maybe a little bit of anxiety or angst. But this person is not tied up either. She's just maybe not getting to realize with herself what is the best idea for what she's looking for. But even though it says in here with the Queen of Clubs, she's an absolute power. She's calm. She knows she's reigning as in ruling a reign. Reino é reign. Kingdom. Yeah, reigning her kingdom. She reigns the kingdom. She's calm. She has the Leo power beneath her feet. And apparently, she has this wizardry thing going on, and she's preeminent, and she has all the Leo powers. So she will still find strong um, inner powers, and she maybe gets to realize her wisdom powers, her mystical wisdom powers, because this black cat in here got really bright for me at this moment. Okay, let me see if you can see the card. So in this point, don't feel worried about having too many ideas or angst. in the end of the day, you are super strong, okay? You are super well based on your basic principles and on your ideas, and you have your inner wisdom to lead you to the way of reigning the kingdom, okay? Now it got very, very interesting that this is also talking. Let me get back at this because this, in the end of the day, being firm and figuring out your inner powers, mystical powers, it is super interesting that in here we also receive the energy of Scorpio because Scorpio represents all of that. So maybe you will feel some change on the way you like to go out to have fun. Maybe you are transforming yourself in a way that what used to make you feel like having fun previously is not the same thing anymore. And maybe you're getting a little bit more calm and you're not so willing to party and all of that. You want to stay more relaxed, maybe stargazing or watching a sunset, okay? And this is also confirming that maybe you will get to witness your inner mystical powers because besides the black cat in here, you also will receive the energy of Scorpio, which is totally connected to death powers and transforming powers, okay? So even if you experience any sort of discussion, disagreement, or calorous argument, don't feel burdened about it because you will find your inner strength after all this mess. Now, it got very interesting for me that in the sixth house, that is the house of routine, health, and pets, and um, the way you work on a daily basis, we have two very huge major arcana cards, which are the Hanged Man. Please realize that the Hanged Man is woke up, okay? He's woke up. And there is the sun in his uh, crown chakra. There is a sunlight in his crown chakra. This is really meaningful. And we also got the card of strength. So this is telling you, and it's receiving the energy of Sagittarius in here. So this is telling you that this is the moment for revealing the truth. And the best way to react to it is watch in observance, not act on anything upon it. But also, it's expressing that you actually find your power, your inner strength when you get calm. Because realize this: the strength of the woman is the infinite symbol connected to her head, which is telling that she's connected to eternity, but also she's patting a lion. And the fact that she's patting a lion makes the lion open his mouth for her, as in receiving her calmness. And that is actually where you find your strength and your power. When you really calm down enough to be able to pet a lion, then you are in your most spiritualized state, which means you will be super well guided and you will have the moment to observe. And in that, you will start seeing things differently. Now, what we got here is in the seventh house of, oh, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. I wish that this that I'm seeing could be talking about everyone, but this is super beautiful, okay? Um, in the seventh house of relationships, and this is talking about marriage relationships, this is talking about uh, business partnerships, this is talking of any kind of relationships, okay? This is receiving the energy of Capricorn, which is the sign that's talking about discipline and be there for the other. And in there, we have the Pluto energy making transformations and causing crises. And receiving the Pluto will be receiving the energy of Aquarius because he will already be in the sign of Aquarius, but he's still in the seventh house. So maybe you will see you will receive this transformational way, and it seems to be messing up with your mind, but your vision, your perception will be transformed by the energy of Pluto, and you will be very disciplined with your relationships, and something really good will come out of it because what was presented in here was the Lover's card. Please realize that the Lover's card is a card that is talking about the innocence. Realize that both men and women are naked, which is talking about them acting in purity and they are being blessed by this angel. So, this is talking of a moment of really deep blessings in relationships. And the truth will appear because what is actually showing in here is that the couple being blessed is the couple with in real love. So this moment it might look weird because it may not sound like a good news, but the truth is always a good news. As Griffin says, the even the bitterest of truths are still better than the sweetest of lies. So what will prevail is the heart relationship. So maybe even if you are with someone and that is formalized to society, but you're no longer feeling like it, and your heart already went to another path, which is totally respectable because hearts they do this. They receive new callings to new paths because they need to go through new ways of spirituality. So you could be your heart could be called to another direction. So the love that will prevails is the love that is true to your heart, not to your mind. So if you have the that is like first shown to the society, you will have the inner power to search for your real love, which is great, right? So that could be meaning that the lies will end up and you will get to face the reality of what you feel. Being that, assuming and acknowledging to the world that you actually love someone else, or that you are actually gay, or that you are actually a person who wants to feel single, wants to be single, and you will respect your true. You will be blessed to respect your true innocent wish and desire. And this seems to be very blessed because the Queen of Hearts is totally reigning her kingdom and she's receiving this really good emotion with this very huge and golden cup, and she's all in white and blue, which shows her calmness, and she's in a rock solid base, and there are a lot of emotions behind her, but then the waters that she's standing close to are actually calm, and she's in peace because she's finding this moment to herself in which her heart's desires are going to be fulfilled, and she will have all the innocence and purity in her actions. So this is really talking about the true coming out, which is good that you will have inner power to make your true come out to the world. Now, in the eighth house of transformations, crises, and ends and beginnings, you may feel like you are a little bit without support and you feel like you are weakening. And maybe you will fight for some ideas which can lead you to feel a little bit of energy waste. and maybe make you feel like a painful road. So this is really telling you, please avoid fights on this day, because this could make you feel really bad. It could make you feel hurt. And defending an idea is actually sometimes the beginning of fights. So maybe this could, even though your idea is good and it's true to you, remember that an idea is just a perception, a perspective. So they could be different between the people living together, right? And actually, if you choose to fight for your ideas, it seems that you will be the one ending up in hurt, ending up in wound, okay? Inner wound, emotional wound. You will feel like a lot of energy wastes, and it can even mess up your prosperity. So you really should avoid fighting on that day, okay? Even because um, you will be receiving new ideas, new perceptions, new vision. So please stop to receive those ideas and visions, and afterwards, you you choose if you will fight for those ideas or not. So, but please first receive them with open-minded and open-hearted, and later, on a later moment, you evaluate them to see if you are really going to defend those ideas. Now, in the ninth house of search for truth, which will be receiving the energy of planet ruler Neptune and the sign of Pisces, which already, sorry guys, which already talks about the search for truth and the touch with spirituality, you will be facing a moment of looking into a new world, and you will be inspired with a very new good idea that can lead you to look for a new world indeed. So in the ninth house of search for truth, and it's also talking about international travels, you can see the two of clubs. And the two of clubs is a man looking into the world. He's thinking of what he will do next and where he wants to go to. And he's in this place where he's calm, standing still to figure out what's next. And what is next? The other card for the ninth house of search for truth is the one of swords, which is the beginning of a new idea, beginning of a new thought, a new value, a new. You will be inspired by spirituality to find something new that will be really good for you, because it's talking about you growing and growing a lot. Now, this maybe sounds to be the hardest moment of these card sets, because what we have here in the 10th house, and the 10th house at this point, it's got Chiron, and Chiron represents this wound that we feel like if there was a wound, but there's not really a wound, it's a feeling. It's a feeling of something touching into our insecurities, okay? So maybe your insecurities will be really, really touched, because you have in here the 10th of swords, which is a guy fighting against his beliefs, fighting against his um, everything that he thought was real from when he was born. It's actually he's actually realizing that they could be a lie, and that they have been manipulating you for a really long time. So you're feeling really hurt, and you feel like without strength to fight a new fight. But actually, the result of this moment that you realize that you were manipulated is that now you start measuring things from the honesty of your heart with the King of Hearts. So the King of Hearts is a man who is calm with his emotions and he is not freaking out about anything. He comes to his most honorable level. There is a word for that in English. What is that called again? The high road. High road? Take the high road. Take the noble road. Something like this. So he is the result of someone that took the high road, that was really noble in his thoughts and action, and because of that, he found this inner strength that instead of making him feel like very wounded for feeling manipulated or lied to, he will actually come bigger and stronger and more calm and in control of his emotions. And it seems that the waters and the emotions will be a little bit messed up around him, but he's totally calm and steady. So this is a really good result. Because even if you feel like wounded or manipulated or hurt, you will come out of it even better than when this has started, okay? For the 11th house of um, yeah, about the previous card, Aries will give you the strength to come better out of this, okay? And you will have a lot of good planets working on that as well. So you maybe, it could be for some people the first time that they really get in touch with their own emotions, okay? Now, the 11th house of community and community service that will receive the energy of Taurus and we will receive the influence of Jupiter, the enhancer, and the Master causer Uranus. This is talking about a moment where you find true, and this will make you feel really lucky. So, what seems to happen is the tarot is saying that the Four of Hearts maybe is talking about someone really stubborn in his ideas of how life should look like so he could feel good. But there is someone trying to tell this person, hey, don't be that stubborn. Maybe even if in the past there were good things and you wanted things like to go back to the past, look at all these many new options that you can dive into and develop yourself to go along with them into those new ideas. And in that, what the result that comes out of this moment that this person will be receiving, maybe this person will be fighting with her own emotions, but then this new pact of emotional new kind of proposal, like a new way of thinking and a new way of feeling, uh, will be the seed for the person to reach this point, which is the Nine of Hearts. The Nine of Hearts is the moment where we are being preeminent, is the moment where we are like, hey, that's where I wanted to go. That's where I wanted to be. Thank you so much for bringing me up to this point. And now I'm getting to realize all of my emotions, and now I'm getting to realize how important they are. And now this person is putting the emotions in a really high place of her life so she can realize that it's not just a matter of walking through life with thoughts, but also from feelings. So this is talking about you starting to respect how you feel and how this is going to bring you the really path of life that you were actually wanting. So you should really get out of this very fast, as much fast as you can, in being stubborn with the ideas of what was good in the past, because the future is a lot more brighter. Okay, the future will be a lot more um, exactly where you want it to be. Okay, going to where you want it to go. And then in the last house the 12th house of spirituality and things that are in a mess, you will be receiving the energy of the sign Gemini, which is somewhat organizer, and he gives us clear ideas of things as how they should be. And in this point, we have this man. We have this man, the man that received that new idea, the man that received this new idea, and the man that received that new emotion. And where's the kind of the card of the new idea? This is the card of the new idea. Okay, so oh, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Okay, so you will receive a new idea that will lead you to a new way of living, that will lead you to a new emotion. And you will feel a little bit of pain about it. But even though you will feel a little pain about it, you will really come out feeling really good about the new next steps that are coming to your life. And this is talking about that being valued like gold. You will find that inner idea that will make you reach this very value. You will find something with so much value that you will appreciate it, and you want to make it grow, and you will want to make it be one of the things that have most worth in your life. And it will seem like maybe small to other people, but it's huge to you, and it's going to grow, and it's something that is in the beginning, and that is saying that you will have the inner power to fight for it. And then in the last card, the judgment will happen. That is talking about spiritual forces that will make everybody have what they deserve, whether it's good or bad. So think with yourself, what did you plant? What were the seeds that you have been planting? The seeds that you have been planting, they are representative of what you will receive. And this is also talking about blessings, because this angel is showing somewhat a call for protection. And those who accept that call for protection are related to people who will try to get in touch with their spirituality and communicate with their spirituality. So at this moment, these cards are really pointing to how you should try to get in touch with your spirituality and get in touch with your inner higher self, your inner holy spirit, so you can receive that call for protection to be guarded by angels and spiritual guides. Okay, so apparently, even if there are some challenging moments, only good will result out of it. Okay, so we will pass through this moment of revealing the truth that maybe causes uncomfortableness, but still, though, the result will be fantastic. Okay, I'm sorry again for the noise in my neighbor. I couldn't avoid it. Um, and now that I have finished, I know I have a little bit past the time, a little bit, just double of it, but still, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for coming this long way with me to see all the natal chart with the 24 cards from Tarot. And I hope that this brought you a better perspective and a greater news. And I hope for you to be able to realize that your best version is your calm version, okay? So remember to avoid fighting, remember to avoid discussions, and the most calm you get to find yourself into, the better results you will have out of it, okay? So remember to subscribe, remember to give us your likes. And if you want enhanced, deepened knowledge, go to Love and Moon Boutique page. You will find a lot of esoterical products that maybe will allow you to make your house more comfortable with the spiritual side of life. and to prepare the place in your house when you where you will want to get in touch with your spirituality. And also uh, you will find that wellness space that has a lot of emotional support for anything you want to go through with your life. And if you want to search for me personally for natal chart reading or tarot reading, you can find me in Bueno Astral on Facebook, as in Spanish, okay? So thank you for coming with me up to this point. I hope you have a lovely weekend and a wonderful day. Gamsahamnida. Namaste. Have a really nice day. Bye bye.